For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off.
Social family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video on the channel, and in today's video, we have part 2 of my most overpowered players in Madden 20. Now in part 1, we went over all the best defensive players in the game, kind of just to reminisce and talk about some of the best players that we were able to use earlier in the year. So today, I'm going to be doing the same thing but for offensive players. If I missed any cards, please leave them down below in the comment section. I'm curious to hear who you guys played with and who was crazy good for you, but I have about 10 to 15 cards that I kind of just want to talk about here. These were the best players when they got released. It's not the best cards in the game right now, like all the good 99s. Instead, I'm going over cards that were super glitchy when they were in the game, kind of compared to the other players and stuff like that. So we're going to go from lowest overall to highest overall, and let's start it off right here with a running back that was super dominant at the start of the year. Before I show you guys who that is though, leave a like down below if you are enjoying this kind of MUT year in review type of series. I'm going to drop probably a stickwork montage later this week, so be on the lookout for that. And let's hop into the first card in today's video. So as you guys can see, 83 overall Saquon Barkley is the first player on this list, and for some reason for me, this 83 Saquon broke so many tackles. He was almost untackleable. He had pretty solid speed, as you guys can see, but that 86 break tackle was crazy on this Saquon. He was such a good running back at the start of the year for me. I think I used a power-up pass on him right at the beginning, powered him up, and he was insane. The 83 Saquon honestly just broke so many tackles. I don't know why, and he was a super fun card to use. I had Saquon on my team for quite some time. I think I did grab his MUT Heroes card, but to be honest, this 83 was definitely super overpowered and really, really good. Now next up, we have an absolute demon right here, 85 overall Tyreek Hill, and this Tyreek Hill card was insane at the start of the year. If you guys do remember, 85 Tyreek was sitting all the way at 89 speed, which at the start of the year is crazy. Most people are like at 83, 84. Saquon Barkley's a pretty fast running back, and he only had 83 speed, so you guys can see how quick Tyreek was. I remember his power-up card was selling for like 200,000 coins, and I think I did use a power-up pass on him to get this 85, but Tyreek Hill was crazy at the start of the year. He was a must-have, and honestly, a lot of people did end up getting this 85 Tyreek, but that 89 speed was crazy to go up against, and he was definitely insanely overpowered, especially for the first couple months of the game. Almost no one could guard this Tyreek, and honestly, he was a must-have on a lot of teams. Now the next card on this list is going to be 89 overall Marcus Allen, and for those of you guys that have been playing Madden for a while, you will remember how good this 89 overall legend Marcus Allen was. I believe he was one of the first legends to get released into the game, and he was insane for so long. I think he was actually the first card, correct me if I'm wrong, that got Jukebox, and this Marcus Allen was breaking so many tackles with Jukebox. He had 87 speed, which is really good. When you compare that to Tyreek Hill, who had 89, you can see how quick Marcus Allen was, but he was definitely the most glitchy running back in the game. I actually didn't have him on my team for very long. I got him super late, but for those people that got him right when he got released, he was absolutely insane. 89 Marcus Allen, definitely crazy overpowered. Him and Tyreek were two of the most overpowered cards right at the beginning of the game. And now next up, we have 89 overall Odell Beckham Jr, who is a MUT Superstar card, and this MUT Superstar promo released right at the start of Madden. As you guys will see, these cards are actually able to get abilities on them right at the beginning, which was definitely huge because training was super expensive, so it was actually expensive to put abilities on your cards. But 89 overall Odell Beckham Jr with 87 speed, 89 jumping, and some really good stats was huge for my team. I had him on my squad for, I want to say, like 3 months he was playing on my team. So 89 Odell, super overpowered, a really good card. He came out almost right at the beginning of the game. I believe the MUT Superstar promo was the first promo in Madden 20 back in the good old days. That was such a fun time, but 89 overall Odell, super overpowered, and I did really like this card. He was one of my favorite MUT Superstars players, maybe my favorite. I don't know. Him and DeMarcus Lawrence were both really good, but 89 overall Odell, definitely an overpowered card. Now the next card on this list is going to be 91 overall Gale Sayers, and Gale Sayers I was considering not adding to this list. The reason why I added him is because of the 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and 90 agility on this card. As a 91 overall legend, he came out pretty early in the game, and getting that really high speed on Gale was super glitchy, so Gale Sayers, definitely a pretty overpowered overpowered card. I don't know if he's as OP as someone like Marcus Allen or that Tyreek Hill, but definitely a dominant player in Madden 20, especially when he came out, because as you guys can see, that high speed is just something that you couldn't get. Speed was so huge in this game at the start. Now it's really easy to get up to 99 speed, but back at the beginning of Madden, you guys have to remember how important each speed point is, so getting up to 90 speed on Gale Sayers was so huge, and he was definitely pretty overpowered, I would say. Now next up, we have the most overpowered player, in my opinion, in Madden 20, and that is the NFL 100 Eric Dickerson. Definitely more overpowered than the Ultimate Legend card, especially when you guys think about when he came out. This 94 Dickerson was so annoying when he came out. He could not be tackled. If you guys did not know, basically the first time he gets touched, he's breaking the tackle. 93 speed as well, 92 acceleration. So he was actually really quick. And this NFL 100 Eric Dickerson, I don't even know what I have to say about him. He was just so annoying to go against. So many times I was considering slamming my controller and breaking it because you just simply couldn't tackle this card. It was the most frustrating thing to go up against. And it was, I want to say, a thing in the game for like 1.5 to 2 months before they did end up patching it. But 94 Eric Dickerson, hands down, the most overpowered card in Madden 20. Definitely the most overpowered offensive card. Eric Dickerson was just absolutely crazy, and he haunts my dreams to this day. When I lie down on my pillow, I see that 29 overall, or that 29 jersey, and I see Eric Dickerson haunting my dreams. So Eric Dickerson, NFL 100, super overpowered, definitely really annoying to go up against. Now next up, you guys knew he was going to be on the list. We have 95 overall Randy Moss. I think this NFL 100 card was the most overpowered of his 3 players that he's gotten so far. In my opinion, his Madden Ultimate Team 10 card wasn't crazy overpowered. It was good, but it wasn't as good as this 95. And then this 99 Randy came out decently late, so it wasn't as overpowered as this 95 overall Randy Moss, because if you guys did not know, this is when the NFL 100 ability was added into the game, and it basically allowed him to catch a 55-yard pass every single time on the first play of the game, and basically guarantees that you're going to get at least 3 and maybe 7 points on your first drive. Now the reason why I don't have this 99 on the list, and instead I put his 95, is because by the time his 99 came out, everyone was already sending so much pressure, and people had so much speed on their defense that they could sack you so quickly. But when this 95 overall Randy was in the game, it was actually much harder to sack the QB before they could throw it up to this Randy Moss. So it was basically automatic, and this 95 Randy, super overpowered. Him and Dickerson were the most overpowered NFL 100 cards for sure, and they definitely were crazy to go up against or to have on your team. So that's the next card that I've got on the list. Calvin Johnson is the next card we've got on this list, guys, and 96 Calvin Johnson is going to be the one that I'm putting on here, not his 99 overall Power of Expansion. This 96 Calvin came out a long time ago, and when he did, the stats were insane. You could actually get him up to 99 speed to go along with his height, his catch in traffic, the spec catch, the catching. It is all crazy, and this card came out, honestly, a long time ago. 96 Ultimate Legends dropped months and months ago, so 96 Calvin definitely makes it on this list as one of the most overpowered cards. I actually got him on day 1 by using a power-up pass, and I've had him on my team since then. So 96 Calvin, crazy overpowered in my opinion, just because of when he dropped. He dropped so early, so people got this card, and there honestly weren't that many good corners in the game, so that's what made this card crazy good. 96 Calvin Johnson, definitely a W and a very overpowered card. So Darren Waller is going to be the next card that I want to add to this list. Now this is a pretty debatable pick, to be honest with you guys, as the auction does close right there, which is annoying, so we can't look at his stats. But Darren Waller, this is kind of debatable. I don't know if he's crazy overpowered. The reason why I've got this Darren Waller on the list is because of his crazy high speed that you can get at tight end. Darren Waller is still, in my opinion, probably the 2nd or 3rd best tight end in the game, and he came out a very long time ago, so you can only imagine how good he was back then. The only reason why I was considering maybe not adding this Darren Waller to the list is because a lot of people like to run the ball, and he doesn't have crazy good run blocking, and I also do find it kind of hard to incorporate my tight ends into the passing game, so that's the only reason why I was considering maybe not adding Waller to the list, but I did end up adding him. I do think he is very very dominant. The stats on the card are crazy, and these Theme Builder 2s came out so long ago, and he's still very usable to this day, so that's why I've got him as one of the most overpowered cards on the game. And honestly, doing this video is so good to just reminisce about all these promos. There were so many good promos, in my opinion, that dropped this year. Theme Builder 2s was great. Even like Mud Superstars at the start of the year was super fun, so hopefully they do all that stuff again. And honestly, just recording this video is making me super stoked for Madden 21 to be able to get back into the game and grind some solos and stuff like that. But next up, let's move on to the next player on this list. So Barry Sanders is going to be the next guy on this list, and hands down, in my opinion, he's definitely in like the top 4 or maybe top 5 for most overpowered offensive cards. And the reason for that is because he was the first player to be able to get to 99 agility and get human joystick, which just made him so crazy. I remember the first day he came out in the Color Smash promo, he was absolutely insane to run with. It is so fun using home and joystick. And now when I play the game, and let's say if I'm playing like on my Saints theme team and I'm running with Alvin Kamara and I don't have human joystick, it just makes it so much harder to run the football. I almost take it for granted now. But human joystick is just such an overpowered ability that I have to say that Barry Sanders is one of the most overpowered cards because he was able to get the ability. Otherwise, the stats on this card aren't really that amazing. 95 speed isn't crazy. 98 acceleration is good, obviously pretty great, and then elusiveness and break tackle are good as well, but he doesn't have great carrying. But anyways, Barry Sanders, it doesn't matter what carrying he had because human joystick was crazy good, and he's definitely one of the most overpowered cards in the game because of that human joystick ability. Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes is the next card on this list, and this card came out very long ago. It actually came out right after the Super Bowl, which is months and months ago. And when you take a look at the stats on this card, he's still good enough to be one of the best QBs in the game right now. Just statistically speaking, good speed, great throw power, the accuracies are amazing. Throw on the run is at a 99 as well, so 99 Mahomes was a crazy glitchy card. I know people that actually still use him on their team, and he is still going to play really well for you, and he was super overpowered right when he came out. The dude was absolutely dominant. He could make any throw on the field. That 99 throw power to go along with the 99 throw on the run allowed you to honestly not even need to use dashing Deadeye, so you could honestly put something else or a different ability in that slot if you wanted. But 99 Mahomes was super overpowered. I had him on my team for a little bit before the golden ticket QBs came out, so kind of in that little leeway period, and he actually did play really good for me, and I definitely do not regret making that upgrade. Steve Young, the left-handed wonder, was amazing for me, but Patrick Mahomes was just straight up dominant, so Mahomes definitely has a spot on this list. Now moving into the final 2 cards, I have 2 golden tickets on this list. The first one is 99 overall Bo Jackson, and just look at the stats. There are basically 99s in every single statistical category that you could want. Bo Jackson is an absolute tank on the field, but he can also juke, and he can spin, and he's got 99 speed, and he's got human joystick. He can do it all. Best running back in the game by a mile. The only thing I don't like is he does get tired kind of quickly, but Bo is super overpowered. I remember right when he came out, I think I was watching Mazomatic stream. He got donated Bo Jackson to use, and the dude just could not be tackled on the first day that he came out. Bo Jackson, 99 overall golden ticket, super overpowered, one of the most OP cards in the game to this date. And the next card that I want to talk about, or the final card, is going to be a golden ticket QB, and it is not RG3. It is actually going to be Lamar Jackson. As you guys know, I do think that RG3 is actually the better golden ticket QB, but Lamar Jackson, I'm putting on this list just because I think he's a little bit more OP because of the higher speed. 97 speed at the QB position to go along with the rest of those stats is OP and just straight up dominant. So Lamar Jackson is going to be making this list as the final player, and yeah, that's basically going to do it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Some of my favorite players, as I just read through this, definitely have to be Saquon for me personally, but Marcus Allen, crazy overpowered. Tyreek Hill, definitely super OP. Then Moss and Dickerson were absolutely crazy. Barry Sanders as well. I would say those are probably my most overpowered cards. I would say kind of that little short list right there, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If I missed any cards, leave them in the comment section. I feel like there was definitely one super overpowered player that you guys are all going to be saying, and I just straight up missed on Mudhead. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and until next time, fellas, I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
So power.